listeners and watchers. And of course, if you happen to be here for the very first time, welcome. Before I go any further, my name is Rahul George, India's premier iHypnosis life healer coach and your personal guide. As I was getting ready to record today's pod, I had this micro download, and it was so complex I had to actually write it down. And I said, okay, this is going to be the theme for today's pod. And so first let me read it out, and then we'll dive into today's topic. Slowing down to listen while gathering momentum. I'll say that again. Slowing down to listen while gathering momentum. So there is obviously a whole theme behind why I've chosen this as our topic, literally at 1:45 in the morning. These are special times. I remember last year, towards the end of November, just before our retreat, our first ever in-person live retreat. It was a one-day retreat. We started at 6 in the morning and we went on till about, I think, 7, eventually till about maybe 8 o'clock by the time people had left late in the evening. And so in many ways, this feeling, this sensation that I have inside, it's very, very similar to what I had last year. And as I was getting ready for today's pod, one is, of course, I could tell, and which is probably why you see me wearing my hoodie, because we are, of course, I am in Bangalore, and I was wondering sometime in the evening yesterday, like, oh, it hasn't actually become cold yet. It's very interesting because, in Bangalore, November is a beautiful month, and lo and behold, at some point late in the evening, I kind of drifted off. And so I woke up. It was about 12:45 in the morning, just about an hour ago. And I was like, oh yeah, I know I will definitely record today's pod. And so just as I was getting ready to sit here, as you could tell, it is, and there are open doors behind me. So I could feel that chill in the air. So I know for my students, my community members, and for those of you who are listening to this, especially if you already are in our community, iHypnosis Life, this is definitely a special time. And I know in the coming days, on the weekend, that's Friday, Saturday, Sunday, we're definitely going to experience a lot of miracles, a lot of breakthroughs, a lot of really going deep. And in all of this, I said, okay, what is the message for today's pod? So what came to me was 3 frames or 3 statements. So let me share them with you one by one. The first one, as it might be kind of evident, is that slow is fast. And I'm sure some of you may have heard that expression. Slow is fast and fast is slow. So it's kind of inspired by that for sure. But, as healers, as coaches, as people who are, and seekers as well, people who are wanting to get somewhere, achieve something, there's obviously a tendency for us to want to get there quickly, rush, not get stuck in traffic, so to speak. But it's an interesting perspective, an interesting observation that what if slow is actually fast? What if you're actually, giving yourself that time to really, truly connect with them? And, as the title suggests, if you all remember, slowing down to listen while gathering momentum. So slowing down to listen while gathering momentum. And it's like every word has a meaning, every word has a reason why it exists in that frame. So it's not just about slowing down, It's more than that, right? It's about slowing down and listening while gathering momentum. So the question to you, of course, is where does this apply in your life? Where are you experiencing this now? And more importantly, where would you like to experience this? And so, like I said, the first frame is slow is fast. The second frame is fasting slowly. Now, of course, one may say it's a play on the word or the words, but it's also, when we talk about fasting, we like for me personally, I've been practicing intermittent fasting now for I think 7, 8, maybe 9 years, and somewhere in that range. 2018, 18 makes it 7. Yeah, about 7 to 8 years now. And one thing I have definitely learned is that it's not just about fasting, but it really truly is about, for me, giving myself the time to really be and really become present. And there are moments when that happens. There are also lots of moments where I forget. And so it's no different than if I was just, eating regular meals or doing regular things. So it's not just fasting, but fasting slowly. So in your life, if you are willing to fast slowly, which one area would that be? Something to kind of really think about. And the second, of course, is that, when you allow yourself to fast slowly, you will become that much more aware of what's happening in your life. As I know, the times when I'm able to, the times when I miss the signs, well, I miss the signs. And just recently, I had this very interesting experience. I will talk a little bit more about it, not right now, but very, very soon. And lastly, this is sort of like something to think about right now. Maybe this is what you were meant to listen to. Maybe this was a message waiting for you. And the message is that grace is everything. So in whatever you're doing, right? Whether you're going fast or slow, if you really think about it as like, okay, you know what? Grace really is everything. It's like, doing things gracefully, doing things with that prayerfulness. And it's taken me, a better half of probably almost 3 decades to finally get the message, right? Grace is everything. And so when we approach life from this lens or with this perspective, there's so much that we get to unpack, so much that we get to tap into, and really truly feel that joy, feel that blessing within. And of course, you know this, when you feel that blessing from within, that's when it goes from within to outside into the world. So, as always, these pods are made for you. These pods are made keeping you in mind, and that if there's any way in which I can help you along the way, you as a healer, you as a coach, you as a seeker, please do reach out and let me know. Of course, we do have our community, iHypnosys Life, and you're always welcome to come and join us and experience what happens here. And there are, gentle steps for you to be able to take. There are also the more faster, higher momentum tracks or trajectories that you can take so that you can experience more when you feel you're ready and you sense that you're ready to receive more. So, until we meet again, now I'll say, whether in person or in our community, live, across our devices, I really do look forward to you. And of course, before I go, just a reminder. One is, of course, I want to really let you know that I truly appreciate you. And that if anything that I have said to you today, if that connects with you, come and be part of our community and join the programs that are available, any, many, or all of them in time. And having said all of that, of course, as always, remember to live your purpose. God bless. And of course, I'll see you in the next one.